Mysuru, the heritage city of Karnataka, a place that has some breathtaking views. To stand out in a place like this, you need to think big. And today, we have something that is big enough to make its presence felt in a beautiful place like this. Ladies and gentlemen, the all-new flagship product from MG, the MG Gloster.
The word flagship comes with a few expectations, and along with that comes a few questions. How big is the flagship? And how luxurious is the flagship? And quite simply, how good is the MG Gloster?
At 16 feet long, the Gloster is no small deal. It is in fact lengthier than the Toyota Land Cruiser 200. Well, like we mentioned before, the Gloster is big. If it is big on the outside, it has to be magnanimous on the inside too. Well, that leads us to the next question. How luxurious is the flagship?
You may ask anybody. Their view would be that space is the real luxury, and there is abundant space inside as to fit in 7 people with ease. Moving on to the other things, there's a lot going on. To begin with, a leather-wrapped dashboard, leather seats, an enormous dual-pane panoramic sunroof, 3-zone climate control, wireless charging, and the list goes on and on.
Coming onto the driver's seat, it has ventilated seats and lumbar support as well as a massage function, whereas the passenger seat only gets the heating function.
Now coming to the second row, you get 2 captain seats which are extremely comfortable. You have a good amount of legroom and the under-thigh support, and you get good amount of headroom too. Now moving on to the third seat. In the third row, you get sufficient amount of headroom and legroom, but you get a poor amount of under-thigh support, and on long journeys you won't be able to sit for a long time. So to get onto the third seat, there are 2 methods. One, you can walk in between the captain seats, which is convenient, or the other conventional way. The other conventional way of getting into the third row seat is hold the second row, push it all the way forward, and just get inside.
Let's move on to a few eye-catching features of the MG Gloster. Firstly, the dual-pane panoramic sunroof, hands-free power tailgate, 3-zone climate control, tire pressure monitoring system, wireless charging, automatic headlamp and wiper, 3 USB charging ports, 4 12-watt sockets, auto dimming, inside rear view mirror, electrically foldable and adjustable mirrors with heating and memory function, and a lot more.
Having mentioned about the instrument cluster, one may notice a clockwise speedometer and anti-clockwise tachometer. Between them is a large display which showcases a variety of information.
When it comes to storage capacity, now with all the 3 rows upright, the storage capacity is limited to 343 liters. But by folding the third row seats, it can be extended up to 1350 liters, which is pretty big.
Now coming to the next question, how good is the performance on this big flagship? Without wasting much time, let's get driving. So if you question yourself how good the car is, you have to break it down into a few parts. How good is the engine, how good is the handling, how good is the gearbox, the ride quality and the body control, and obviously how good is the steering wheel. On paper, we see some huge figures. The 2-liter twin-turbo diesel engine produces around 218 horsepower and 480 Newton meters of torque. The car is 2.5 tons, so you may not feel the power, but the engine does its job pretty well. So coming to the handling, this car is based on a light truck platform, so its competition, for example, is the Toyota Fortuner. It feels like a truck, and this is a ladder-on frame body. But at the end of the day, it feels so well put together around the corners. The body control is fantastic, a uniformly firm, well-tamed suspension. This car feels well planted.
The Gloster gets an 8-speed torque converter auto gearbox. The gearbox is quite smooth, but we found it to be a bit lagging. When you floor the car, it upshifts at 4000 rpm, but regularly it shifts at 2000 rpm. It does not get S mode, but it has paddle shifters and also Triptronic.
Now, the million-dollar question of an Indian consumer. Kitna deti hai? The Gloster may not delight you here, as it is very heavy. It is a big and powerful machine. Hence, you cannot expect the fuel efficiency to be on the higher side. In real-time driving conditions, you can expect around 7 to 8 kmpl in city driving, but it gives higher efficiency on the highway.
MG has thought about the safety of the customer. Apart from the airbag, the usual ABS and TCL, a forward collision warning, lane departure warning, and even a blind spot detection system has been installed.
So the things we liked about the Hector was the features, the space, the comfort, and the performance. But we found a few things which we didn't like it much, which is like the limited sales and the service network in India and the average fuel efficiency.
Not only Range Rovers had this feature, but the MG Gloster has it too. Check it out.
So a special thank you to Mr. Kantrajaras again and the MG Motors team in Mysore for lending us the MG Gloster for this review. Let us know what you think about the MG Gloster and let us know how this review was. And if you want us to review more cars, head to the comment section down below and tell us which car you want us to review.
Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel.
If you like the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you still haven't. If you still haven't followed us on Instagram, make sure to follow us on Instagram to get more updates. The link will be in the description below. Thank you.